the visiting Browns in that one. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns thus far. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. He's still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush move right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Not an easy spot here. We'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow will throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Mixon up the middle, and he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. 3rd and 2. Now Burrow, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. On 2nd and 9, Burrow. With a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. On 3rd down, Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And a quick throw here that's complete. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. From the 25 on 2nd down, Mahomes. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And again, it's Mahomes. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. On 3rd down, Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. KC's offense ready to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
That one unable to develop. Never got going. A loss in the Cooper. And it's 2nd down. Looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Burrow looking to pass. That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. From the 17, Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And, partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. From the 44, Mahomes. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And the first down, Chiefs.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up with a loss off the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. The Bengals offense returns to the field. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, they run with Mixon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. They had lots of leg behind it, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. big spot, and he delivers.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Mahomes now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, it's not a comeback killer, but a huge obstacle with time running down. Still time left for the comeback because they haven't hit the 2-minute warning. But a long way now to get to the 1st down marker, and you know that defense is charged up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bengals getting set to go.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Brought down by DJ Wanham.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the 1st down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 24-21, a minute 46 to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Mahomes will throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. First down now, but that clock rolling. Mahomes. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Mahomes. This ball caught by Mechie. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. Mahomes looking for Tony on the out route, and he's got him. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Mahomes. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
Let's give him the credit he deserves because he can really do no wrong. It's got to be demoralizing for a defense to have someone who can cut up your secondary all game long with his arm and then rip up a huge gain like this with his legs. A championship effort from that man under center.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now a first throw here in overtime. The completion good for 3 and it's second down. Here's Burrow. And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on 3rd down. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Burrow looking to pass. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Burrow on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. To the air again, Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
Burrow will throw. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win, and the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.